another episode of the CEOs, Africa's #1 business storytelling and advertising TV show, brought to you by Madelife TV. I am Jonathan Blessing. On this show, we promote startups, praise the confidence that people have in starting their businesses despite the harsh conditions around them. We also interview Chilano business leaders and celebrities, interacting with them about their business success journey, financial decisions, and the business models behind their successful brands. Our guest today is Dr. Mrs. Chidinma Nwosu. She is the CEO of Jumay Eye Care Center. She's also a project coordinator with the CCF Medical Ministries, and she's the CEO of Women Empowerment and Reorientation Network. She's a staff with the Imo State Ministry of Health under COVID-19, and she's also a facilitator with NYSC Sustainable Development Goals, NYSC SDGs. Stay tuned.
Do you want to produce your songs, jingles, movie soundtracks, etc.?
Are you looking for a rehearsal center?
Do you need a mini hall for your seminars and events? Do you need a DJ and MC?
Do you want to learn to sing or play musical instruments?
Do you want to buy foreign use musical equipment? Or are you looking for a game center where you can play PS3, PS4, PS5, snooker games, table tennis, etc. to relax and cool off? eWorld Entertainment is your one-stop center. We're at number 5 Adobe Crescent Ikenebu Layout, Owerri, Imo State. You can contact us on 0806-957-7879.
eWorld Entertainment.
Keeping you in touch with yourself.
Okay, Mrs. Chidinma, welcome to the CEOs.
Thank you so much.
And of course, I already told you before now. Your namesake. Alright, it's good to finally have you on the show.
I'm good to be here. Thank you so much.
Alright, so tell us about Jumay Eye Care Center.
Okay, Jumay Eye Care Center is an eye care facility that has excellence in ocular delivery. We have this passion to kind of curb blindness that has to do with preventable issues. 80% of blindness are actually preventable, and there are millions of people who are needlessly blind, and we kind of are passionate about them to have affordable, accessible, and acceptable healthcare. So our practice is has over the past 4 years seen over 3,500 patients, ranging from children 0 months to the very old. So we have that number of people that have assessed eye care and other cares, because sometimes somebody comes in with just an eye issue, but it tends to end up being a person has diabetes that is making the person have eye issues, the person has hypertension. So you find us synergizing with our sister professionals to give people the best of care and attention that they need. We have over 7 members of staff that keep the place running, and over time we have about 25 automated services that we give. So it's a digital clinic. When you come in within 10-15 minutes, depending on the severity of what is happening to you, you should have been seen and a good diagnosis done. Irrespective of where you take our diagnosis, is the same thing all over the world, and we give a top-notch medical help to people. So whether it comes as medications, whether it comes as spectacles, whether it comes as surgeries, we have assistant professionals helping us, surgeons, opticians, and the rest of them. But the most important thing is that we are giving value to people and making sure that people who have issues concerning their sight or any other health challenge, so to speak, are actually taken care of. So that's what we do.
So where's your office?
Okay, my office is located inside SM Hospital, number 2 Osuji Street by Title, or off Cherubim Junction by Webber. So we are in the hospital. The essence of being in the hospital is so that there will be that signage, and then there are patients who might
Come for one issue.
or the other, yes, and all the specialties are domiciled in the hospital. They will be taken care of. Sometimes somebody may have an eye issue. You just think it's just an eye issue, but we may have to keep the person in the hospital, watch the person overnight before we're able to release the person. So it's a very amazing place where there are a lot of professionals in. So Jumay Eye Center is located inside the SM Hospital along the Osuji Street.
Alright, I would also like to know, can you give us a little light on what causes eye problem and how we can prevent it?
It's a lot. It's a lot, ranging from ignorance and a lot of other preventable things. When I say ignorance, some people actually feel they can do anything to make themselves, yes, they feel they can do anything to their body. Some people feel the eye is different from the body, but they are all connected, they are all the same. Some people feel when they drop breast milk in their eyes, when they put urine in their eyes and the rest of them, they are doing themselves good. Some people have head traumas and they feel, oh, it's just nothing, I'm just okay. But 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, they start having issues with their eye. The eye is a neurological organ, so anything you do to it actually affects the brain, affects your ability to see, because you can't separate the brain from the eye. The eye is like a camera showing you exactly what's happening inside of your body. So people do that and feel they can get away with it. There's nothing you do to the eye that you get away with. At the end of the day, it comes calling. So that's the ignorant part of it. So many people have a lot of myths surrounding their eyes and they just stay at home and do it. Now some other people feel it will just go away. It just doesn't go away. If you don't access health care early, it doesn't actually stop our eye care. It affects every other part of your body. If that little headache, that little itch, that little discomfort, you feel it will go away, and then you tell yourself it may be this, it may be that. At the end of the day, it may not be what you're thinking about. And people have this aura that they are not supposed to go to the hospital. They only go to the hospital when they are dying or have, yes, when they are near death. You now see them rushing into the hospital. When it comes to eye care, when it comes to health care, we preach go to the hospital early. When you get to the hospital early, the tendency that what is happening to you will be taken care of faster than you think, earlier than you think, sooner than you think, and it's the safest for doctors. Even doctors prefer taking care of stuff earlier than when it's late. We are not magicians, we are just medical practitioners, and we use what we've learned to actually help our patients. So cataract, glaucoma, cataract can happen as people get older. We call that senile cataract, but there is also cataract that happens congenitally, meaning that after a child is born, we find out that the child has cataract. It may be as a result of what the mother took when she was pregnant, and all that is a lot of things, a lot of physiology surrounding it. There are some other ones that are related to the genes, like glaucoma runs in families. Then there are other ones like refractive errors. You see in children, school-age children can have myopia or hyperopia. As you get older, you can have presbyopia. There's another one called astigmatism. Then that you're seeing doesn't mean that everything is all right. There are people that are actually seeing, but they are having issues with binocularity. So you can, when you read, you're converging. When you're looking at far, you're diverging. So you may be diverging excessively or insufficiently, converging excessively or insufficiently. They can start giving you issues in your body. You start exhibiting some symptoms. So unless you get to the hospital, we wouldn't know.
Alright, I would also want to know, reading your profile, I found out that you are into so many things, of course health related. But how do you manage this, being the CEO of this and that, being with the Ministry of Health, being with NYSC? How do you go about this? And yes, report to your office on a daily basis successfully. And yes, it's supposed to be a mother, a wife.
It's about balance. You just find your balance and find what works for you. A lot of people say balance. If you're looking at balance without wisdom, you're going to crash. So you use wisdom to handle most of these things. I was first a CEO before I started working with the Ministry of Health. So I needed to make sure I report to the office every day and still make sure that with the right team. Anyway, there's no woman that can do everything by herself. If you have the right team, you can do anything. There's nothing impossible with anybody. Unless you say this one is impossible. No, there's nothing impossible. Inside my head, there's nothing called impossibility. It's done. And then take care of your time. Your day starts when you wake up. Your day actually starts when you wake up. So you say, okay, put it down. Everything I do, I write it. Anything you don't write, you forget. So I write it. If I am going to be waking up every 4 a.m. or I know I have to do my course, take care of my kids, take them to school, do this and list the things the kids need that are not at home. And then by 8 o'clock, I should report to the ministry. Are you getting me? So if I have the right team working with me in my practice, the highest thing I'll be hearing is reporting, and then the little time I have, I show up and then see what is going on, and then
I
make
also
sure that
wanted
things
to
are
ask,
done.
in Jumay Eye Center,
Yeah.
the staff you have, are they medical students, or as in their profession is medical related, or anybody can?
Actually, everybody have their job description. So I have doctors working with me. When I'm not there, they are there. I have interns. These are doctors that are fresh off from school. They are being trained. And then there are ones we call the externs. Those ones are medical students that come in, get to learn, and then we have administrative aspects, the front desk and the rest of them. So everybody have their job descriptions.
What's your advice to people out there? Because a lot of people watching us and they are really learning, apart from you advertising what you do, and people are learning concerning their health. So what's your advice to people out there on how to take care of their eyesight?
First and foremost, know that your body is very important. If you are, if you actually want to be alive and breathe and move and do things, you should take care of the body that helps you do that. Find out what is making things happen. You don't need to wait till you have that headache. You don't need to wait till that sugar rises. You don't need to wait. There should be routine. Like we say for eyesight, you annually go and check yourself. For your health, you still annually go. But when you have problems, make sure that you adhere to your checkups.
Self-medication.
Don't self-medicate at all. Don't assume things at all. And don't allow others talk you into doing what you're not supposed to do.
Okay, Ma, I would like to ask you this question because I'm very sure it's about to happen soon. So with 10 million naira in your account now, as you leave the stage, what will you be doing with it?
A lot.
Okay.
Number one, there is a book I want to buy. Usually when money comes into my hand, the first thing that comes into my head is get one book.
Wow.
So there's a book I really want to buy, 100 Businesses and Minds Behind Them. I've forgotten the name of the person who wrote it, but I'm going to look for that book. Whenever I see it, I'm going to buy it. Secondly, I'm going to, there are some 21st century equipments that are just coming for eye care. I'm going to get them, and if anything is remaining, even if it's about 2 or 3 million, babe, I'm entering agriculture. Do something.
Oh my God, I'll tell
I'm
you
a
what, I'll ask you
versatile
about
person.
that.
I don't stay one place. I don't focus on one thing, but I make sure that I'm a master of anything that I'm doing. So that's what I will do in 10 minutes.
I'm just glad I have your contact. So, okay, Ma. Or just
so much.
before we finally go, can you tell us again where the same hospital is located? Because I know so many people that would want to come to the hospital for their eye check or whatever reason. Can you just tell us again?
Okay, for the sake of the medical practice, for the sake of legal jurisprudence, we are taught not to advertise. So usually we don't do that. But this is an interview and we talk about eye care and people should know 1 or 2 things. I'm giving value, so they should know where the person giving value is coming from.
Yeah.
So actually, Jumay Eye Care Center located inside the same hospital is on Osuji Street, off Wedra by Cherubim Junction in Owerri, Imo State.
Okay.
So when you're coming from Tetlo, you're
Just
still off Tetlo by the road over there.
Alright, thank you so much for being
I appreciate it.
We
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
you. And I wish you all the best in Jumay Eye Center and then in the agriculture government. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
DK no dey carry last, DK no dey disappoint, DK no complain, DK hey. Have you heard about DK? DK exchange don't come, the services they blow my mind. Cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, gift cards, PayPal methods, DK na #1.
Transparency,
Them get 'em,
fast delivery,
na their talent,
integrity.
na them na.
Can I trust
You
them?
can trust them. DK no dey carry last, DK no dey disappoint, DK no complain, DK hey.
DK Exchange, 100% customer satisfaction.
Today is a bit different from what we usually give us. Today we will learn how to take care of our eyes. As little as it looks, as inconsequential as it looks, our eyes is very important to our health. So you watching us out there, how are you taking care of your eyes? That was an insightful session with Dr. Chidinma of Jumay Eye Care Center. I hope you enjoyed this session. See you in our next episode.